guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kim. I currently live in Japan where I do lifestyle and traveling videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your post notification bell. That way you'll never miss another video. Now, in today's episode of KimDix Talk, we're finally wrapping up the series of how to become an expat. So this is going to be the final video that's going to tie everything together and kind of incorporate that knowledge to let you begin your expat journey. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So number one, selecting your country of choice. So in order to select your country of choice, I recommend that you go ahead and click right here to watch my video of pros of being an expat, and that will aid you with deciding which country you do want to initially make the jump to becoming an expat in. And while selecting your country of choice, do not skim on the fact of thinking about the economy, thinking about the exchange rate. You want to think about how expensive the cost of living is. And so there are many factors. It's not just selecting, oh, I like this country because it's beautiful. You want to think about it in a long-term perspective, especially tying it back to whatever your goals are with being an expat. Number two, this is going to be the difficult one, guys. Gaining sponsorship in order to obtain a valid visa for moving overseas. So no, you can't just get up and move to a country and decide that you're going to live there. In order to live in a country long term, you need a visa that stipulates that this person has the right to be in this country for X amount of years or X amount of months. It varies. So most times, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is you need a native organization. Now, when I'm using the word organization, that umbrella covers schools, it covers churches, it covers your job. Any native company or organization will need to go ahead and put in paperwork for you to say, hey, I am willing to sponsor this person. This person is a good candidate and will be a good addition to the economy of the country that you are moving to. Now, this is where it gets tricky, guys. This is why the qualification is important, because we all know, like we see it all the time, that there is a rift between people of a certain country and then immigrants. Because what typically happen is, you know, the local people say immigrants are still in our job. So these jobs, when expats move over into these jobs, and this is if you're moving into a job related field, it has to be that the majority of the people in that country are not qualified or cannot do the job that you are doing. That way you're not necessarily taking out money from their people, you know. So if you go ahead and click on my checklist right here before moving to Japan, we dived into that just a little bit, talking about why you need certain qualifications before you move overseas. And that's the reason why, unless your country has some kind of program that allows you to move over, it's called a study work abroad kind of program. What it truly is an agreement between two countries where X country and Y country, and X country decides that, hey, people from your country can move to my country and vice versa and work in my country or study for an extended period of time. There's a stipulation on the age, how old you could be while doing these programs, along with how long you'll be actually living in the country. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking excluding those programs. So you want to go ahead and make sure that your qualification is up to par, that you are able to get into a job that sponsorship won't be an issue. Because what happens when the immigration gets involved, they're like, why do we need to sponsor Kimberly a visa when we have 3 million people here that can possibly do her job? Like, what is so special about her? So that's the difference with the sponsorship and why it's so important. And one of the most difficult aspects before moving overseas is securing that sponsorship. And also, there is a way for entrepreneurs to come overseas as well. We're not going to dive into that topic because it gets really tricky. But if you go ahead and DM me at KimDix Diary, and then we can dive into that just a little bit more, if that is something that you're interested in. The number 3 is negotiating and understanding your contract. Guys, before you move overseas, please negotiate and understand your contract. Remember, this is a move that you're moving where you might not have any support or know anyone here. So if something is fishy in your contract, or if you get here and you realize that there is like some kind of flaw in your contract, you're pretty much on your own. So here it is that you're thinking that you're doing a job for 6 months, you get your contract, but they only hired you for 3 months. Hello, there's 3 more months that you need some kind of sponsorship because your visa might not be for the 6 months but only for the 3 months. So you want to negotiate and ask questions like, is this contract renewable? How long can I work with this program? Because there are some programs that cap out on the number of years that you can work with them. So it depends on the program that you're coming in on or the job that you're doing. You want to find out, what are the benefits? Am I getting health insurance? Is that something that I have to get on my own? Is there a liaison person that's going to help me navigate through life for the first couple of months? You need to ask these questions, because once you get here, you're pretty much on your own. And what I would hate to see happen is for you to move to your dream country, and because of something that's in your contract, you start having a horrible time. Understand and negotiate your contracts prior to moving overseas. Number 4. So before moving overseas, make sure you have finalized and completed your moving abroad expat checklist. And if you have not yet watched that video, go ahead and check it out right here. And this is going to be extremely important, because this is going to be your liaison system that's going to connect you with your home country support. That's going to make it easier for you and for them. So that's one major thing that you want to complete before moving overseas. That way that see guys, you're moving to a new country and it's going to be so much that is going to be packed on your plate. You're getting all this new knowledge. Everything is just being thrown at you. So you want to make this move as smooth as possible. There's going to be bumps, but I'm saying if you can go ahead and just like smooth out certain things by doing things on that checklist prior to coming, I promise you, your life is going to be so much easier and so much smoother. Number 5, start watching YouTube videos just like this one. Speak with other expats. You have YouTube, you have IG, you have Facebook, you have all these social media platforms. Use them for something other than just scrolling aimlessly, Don't be afraid to jump into somebody's DM. I mean, worst case scenario is they don't respond to you, but it's no harm. It's not taking anything away from you to go ahead and message somebody to say, hey, what is your journey, or XYZ, to see if they can help you and give you an insight. But always remember, like I always say, take everything with a grain of salt, because everybody's experience is going to be different, and it's going to be based on different factors that is going to cause them to have that experience that they are experiencing. So my experience will not be your experience. It's going to be different. So you listen, you take what they say, but sprinkle a grain of salt with it, and just understand you will go to your country of choice to being an expat, and you're going to create your own memories, your own journey, and you too will have a different experience. And it won't necessarily be identical, even if you're visiting the same country as the person who you're watching or who you have reached out to. So that's one thing to keep in the back of your mind as well. And for the final tip, go ahead and get your bags ready. You have completed this series. I have told you everything that I can possibly tell you, everything that I have thought was important. And of course, I'm a human, so I may have missed some things. So if you come up with more questions, you could always go ahead and DM me at KimDix Talks right here on IG, or in the comments down below, and we can talk more about it. You thought about it, you did your research, you think that you are ready to make that next step of moving overseas, and it's just now time to go ahead and do it. Once it is that you have prepared yourself mentally, emotionally, financially, you are ready. There is no greater time than the now. Set timelines for yourself. It might not be that you'll be an expat for 4 years. Maybe an expat journey for you is 3 months, and that's okay. Maybe it is that you don't want to make the initial jump of just moving and living for a year. Maybe you just want to visit for a week, and that's okay too. But all I'm saying is you are ready to go and see the world, and whether it is traveling overseas or you're deciding to take the plunge and moving overseas, you have completed the series and you're ready, and I wish you the best of luck. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on your post notification, guys, and all the best on your upcoming expat dreams. And whatever dream it is that you have aspired to do, we are so strong as a people, and you are so strong, and you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Bye.